Hi, this is Denise with Paper Crafty. I'm here today to share with you my December daily for 2020. I made this in a challenge on a Facebook group for Dear Julie Julie. It's the November Favorite Things Junk Journal Challenge. And we were limited to 15 items in this challenge. Obviously there's more than 15 things on this cover alone, so I did use, there were a few mini challenges that I took advantage of and was able to add a bunch of things that I wanted to use to finish up this journal, which I'm grateful for. This tassel was part of the challenge. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it on the journal or not, but it is removable with this little paper clip. I used a KB&Company a digital kit, and that's where the Santa came from. And I used a jelly roll with Moda Fabrics, a Dear Christmas. And I had an adventure in slow stitching, which was kind of cool. It's the first time I've done that. So I added these leaves and some slow stitching on these jelly roll fabrics and trims. And then I had a lot of fun. I was originally going to sew in my signatures, so I had the plan of adding these buttons to the spine, and I ended up not making sewn-in signatures, but I wanted to add the buttons anyway, so I went ahead, and this is just a faux external stitch. Oh, and I also added these little buttons as charms on the bottom. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them or not. I kind of like them now, but it kind of depends on how functional it is with them in. But these are from the signatures for the, the strings that are binding the individual signatures. Has this tie, and you open it up, and I made a couple little pockets that I sewed into the signatures. There's this card with some journaling space on the back, and a couple little tickets that I can use as I go through the journal. These are ticket strips made from a Franken page. So I can go ahead and add these through the journal as I finish it. But I have this pocket on the front, and then I have a similar pocket in the back, and then a pen holder in the back, and a place to put a pad. So for example, I could put this pad in here like that, and then right in there like that. But right now I just have this other tag and a little journaling spot made out of a Starbucks gift card holder with some paper in there. So that fit right in that pocket. And I decided that I was going to do this planner style as a traveler's notebook style, where I could remove the individual signatures if I want. So I used some elastic in here, and these books actually, there's four books in here, and they actually come out. So I can remove these. If I can find the center of the signature. So I can remove these if I want. And that way I figure if, who knows what this 2020 holiday season is going to bring. If it's going to be busy or if it's not going to be so busy. If it's not so busy, I can remove signatures. And if it is busy, then I have obviously plenty of room for lots of pictures and details and whatnot. Also, I usually put in, I usually have a Christmas planner. This was my 2019 Christmas planner, but I can put this planner in the front, or I can open this up and if I take out one of these signatures, I can add it, or if I add an elastic to one of them and consolidate them, I can put my planner in the front here. And I also have a Christmas card planner that I keep from year to year, that I can do the same thing with. That wasn't it, so I'll find that later. But anyhow, this is the first signature. It has a fabric tab on the front with a charm. We weren't allowed, you know, one of my items was not eyelets, but I'd probably, after the fact, add an eyelet here for the charm to fit into, because I just like that finished look. But I incorporated a Starbucks cup as part of the first signature. A little tag. This was a doily that we had to use as part of the challenge. Some vellum, I printed on vellum. I printed on some graph paper. And these are all part of the KB& Company printables digital kit. There's a tag and some journaling space. Lots of journaling space here, which is really nice. Julie calls these pages flip-flops. The little tag in there. A couple cards with journaling spots on the back. Another tag. And this was some fabric that we were able to use. I got that before I got the jelly roll. I added that as one of my 15, but this was a free item that we were able to use. And this is part of the Echo Park Very Merry Christmas paper pack that I used, and these stickers are also part of that paper pack. I only used half of the paper pack because I'm going to make another December daily, possibly to put into my Etsy shop. Okay, so that's the first signature. This is the second signature with this cute little button charm down here hanging off the fabric tab, and then a paper clip up top. And the paper clip has buttons on them. It has one on the front and one on the back. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So yeah, it has a snowflake on one side and has a little gingerbread man on the other. Tag. We had to use a napkin as part of one of the mini challenges. So this is really beautiful gold embossed napkin is what I used. And these are part of the stack of stickers that we had to make. I really like this idea that Julie has, where she layers up stickers and uses those as embellishments and just has them ready for embellishments. It's a tag on a Starbucks bag. A couple tags inside of here. I like to take these bags because they're so flimsy and put in a piece of paper in between to reinforce them, so it's not quite as flimsy. And these are a couple tags that I made. This one's obviously out of a Starbucks cup. And then this was made out of a paper bag. This was for one of the mini challenges. I really love the way that turned out. This was a Simplicity gift bag. And then this was made out of, this is what she calls a stacka border, where you take a bunch of different items and fuse them together to make a border tuck, which is actually, it's a great idea. I had never thought to do that before. And there's some tissue paper inside of here, a decorated guest check, some more printed vellum, some more printed graph paper, and corner tuck with a, I used a paint chip sample. Actually, I folded that up because it was too tall, and with journaling spot on the back. And here's a card. We're definitely going to be home for the holidays this year, so this seemed appropriate. A top tuck, and this is again, this is one of the printables from the KB&Friends company, with a little stamp. And this is from the Echo Park paper pack. These little, it's not going back in very easily. But anyway, a couple little journaling spots here. I'll just add them both to that one for now. And this flips out. And a little tuck right there. And here's a pocket. Here's another stack of, this is a stack of pocket with a little paper stack of note inside. Here's the back of that bag. A little tag tucks in there. The sticker from the Echo Park paper pack that I got. And a pocket, another fabric tag. That one's not embellished. And then here's an envelope that I can stick in somewhere else later, but for right now, this was made out of a doily. It's a square doily. They're actually really cool. I think they're actually meant to be used as envelopes like this. So there were instructions on how to put that together. And then I lined it with some tissue paper. So I'm just putting that there for now. And then a tab that's been decorated with some trims and a button. Oh, this is on the next signature. So this is the third signature. And again, this paper is just from Echo Park, Very Merry line. Another one of those tuck spots. I think she calls these a double tuck, where she uses an envelope. I made this envelope out of a book page that I had been using for a glue book. So because if it's a tool, you can use it in your you can use it in the junk journal. So that's kind of a way to add more items beyond your 15. And this gold paper right here that I die cut was one of my 15. Another journaling spot. This was another gift bag, a Simplicity gift bag. I think I bought those at JoAnn's last year. And these recipe cards I bought at Michael's years ago. But I made it into a tag. There's a little tuck spot there. I think I got these at Target last year. They're little gift gift card holders or gift tag holders. I'm not entirely sure what they're meant to be used for, but they make nice little tuck spots. And here's another printed vellum sheet, some tissue paper over music paper. And I have been hoarding this music paper for a very long time because I love this. So I'm so happy to finally use it in a project that I'm gonna actually use. Some more of that printed graph paper, and this is out of a Night Before Christmas children's book. And there's a little tag made out of a gift card in the back of that with a tuck spot. This was part of a mini challenge. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this the way it is. I don't think all the washi worked on that really well, so I might use some gesso to kind of go over and get rid of some of the black on here, because it doesn't really fit in thematically with the rest of the book, I don't think. But I like the images on this page, and this page particularly. And then this is that music paper. Oh, I just love these images. It's from a vintage book, music book. I added a little trim and a sticker, and then some journaling space. I think Julie calls this a flip-flop because it flips open. It's kind of a cool technique. Some more printed vellum. The back of that paper bag. And then this is a fabric flip, and it's actually removable. So you take this paper clip off and remove it if you wanted to. And more journaling space with this graph paper. And here's another one of those this is a belly band, stack of belly band. I actually really like the way that turned out. They're kind of fun. And then a decorated guest check. More paper from the Echo Park Very Merry Christmas line, stickers from that line. This was the other side of that envelope that I made. And there's a card that goes inside of it. And another fabric tab with a charm on it. And then this is was a CD set that I just love the cover to, and I actually listened to this CD as well. But I don't keep my CDs in their original packaging. I put them all together with all the rest of the CDs in like a CD holder. So this I've been saving, this cute little cover, and just covered up where it tore when I tore out the innards with some book page paper and some washi. And this is actually a junk mail envelope, and I just love the colors. I thought it was really pretty, so added that. And see, is there a pocket on this side? Yes, there is a pocket. And there's a little card in here. And one of the challenges, we had to use a crossword puzzle as one of the elements in the challenge. And I really like that for a journaling spot, so might have to use that again in the future. That's why I like these challenges, is that you learn all sorts of unique ways to use things that you wouldn't have thought of using in your journals, and also you learn to think about your supplies in a different way and be more creative, so that's kind of fun. And then I added this acetate in because I realized that these pages, this cover, all the rest of these covers are 8.5 by 11, just kind of folded in half. This one wasn't going to cover up these inner pages, which were kind of flimsy and they'd get bent and damaged. So I added this acetate as kind of a secondary cover, but that's kind of lightweight, just to protect these inner pages. There's a journaling spot there, and I used these offcuts from the paint samples that I made into tags. I just cut off thin strips on either side, and then I used those. I'm not using all the tags that I made right now in this journal, but I may add them as I go along. Or I may take some of these tags out, I don't know, because it's pretty chunky as it is. So, and I do want to add photos and other ephemera for my December daily. Another card, a top tuck, and this is an avocado bag. I love the color of it. I thought it had some nice texture. And this is one of the ticket strips that I used, made for my Franken page. I just love the way that turned out. And I outlined it in gold Sharpie. And another one of the double tucks. I just love these KB&Friends digitals. So cute. Really kitschy, retro images. And an acetate tag. And again, I'm not sure that I love the way this goes color-wise with the rest of what I have in this book, so I might cover some of this with some gesso. But I love these images. I just love these cute Santa images from this little children's book, Night Before Christmas. And then here's the other side of that envelope with a little tag, trim on the bottom. And I used some more tissue paper to kind of strengthen this graph paper so that, you know, it can withstand taking things in and out of it, like this tag. And a pocket, another tag, a couple other journal spots here on this double tuck. Oops. This just doesn't want to stick to the other, to this glitter paper. There's another little tag, little tuck spot there. And I love this image from the KB&Friends digital kit, this Santa. And I was able to print it just perfectly on this children's paper, like learning how to write paper, some washi. And then this is the flip-flop. So it's called a flip-flop, I guess, because it flips. And then it provides some nice journaling real estate, which is nice. The other side of that acetate sheet with a fabric tab. A tag from one of the mini challenges. This is also from one of the mini challenges. Got to use a playing card. And again, the other side of that envelope. I just love this color. And it has a little, oh, there's nothing in that one. But it had this window, and I put some tissue paper on the inside of that. And made a paper clip out of this huge big button, which I love. I love the way that turned out. I think that'll definitely be part of this album to stay. And then the back side, we're supposed to stencil something, so I stenciled these little reindeer, which I've never even used this stencil before, so that was kind of fun to play around with that. Okay, so that is, and here's the back of that, and there's a place for a pen so that I could take this with me if I wanted to. Now it's pretty chunky, so I'm not sure I'm going to want to take it with me when I go shopping and whatnot. And this isn't a normal year where I'm going to be going out and doing a lot of shopping, so we'll see how that works out. But I like that design to add a little place for a pen. I'm always looking for pens, so having one handy is wonderful. So anyway, that's the book, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and I can't wait to start using it this year as my December daily. And I'm going to put that to the side, and I'll show you some of the items that I used as my 15 in this kit. So my first item was the Echo Park Very Merry Christmas kit. And I only used half of the kit because I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to make some more of those inserts to put in my Etsy shop. And I might make a cover as well, but it might not be exactly the same as the one as this one. So that'll go up in my Etsy shop. The KB&Friends digital kit. I don't have. Oh, actually, I do have an image. No, do I have an image of that? Yes, I do. Okay, so here's. It was the. It doesn't say what the name of the kit was that I purchased, but anyway, that's the second item. I used some gold cardstock. I don't know if I think this is from JoAnn's. So use this gold cardstock. I used a jelly roll with the Moda Fabrics Dear Christmas. So this is what's left of the jelly roll, but it has such cute, cute fabrics in there. Oh, look at that little deer. I just love the deer. It's darling. And they all go together really, really well. So that was a really super happy to be able to use that. Oh wait, there's more pieces. All right, so yeah, this is the jelly roll that's no longer a roll. I used a trim bundle that I got at Michael's, and I actually just love this trim. I am so surprised at how much I love this trim. Some of these trims I thought I would never in a million years use, like this one. It's like super gaudy with all this gold stuff on it. I don't know if you can see that. So it's like, you know, it's got this gold filigree stuff on the top, and it's super gaudy looking. What I did is I cut it, and then I take out these little gold strings, just pull right out after I cut it, and then I'd cut off this top, and then I used it a lot as a trim just for this bottom part on items, because I love it. It's just a nice filigree. But anyway, this is a nice set. It has some rickrack, and it has some, these aren't exactly pom-poms, but they're pom-pom-esque. So anyway, and I use this a lot more than I thought I would too, because I just like it. It's kind of delicate and has some cool colors. So anyway, that was one of my 15. I had a button set that I had gotten years ago. It's a Dress It Up Christmas Paperie button set holiday collection. I don't know that they sell this anymore. I probably got it either at Michael's or JoAnn's. I was hoping to kill it, and as you can see, I still have a ton of these buttons left. I used some of this flower trim that I love. I love using that. I used some acetate. I don't know if I have any more of the acetate left. Oh yes, I do. Here's some star acetate. I added this acetate to my 15. I used a Steno notebook, and this is quickly becoming one of my favorite things to use in junk journaling, because it's really easy to add this to the back of just plain white paper to provide lines for journaling on tags and whatnot. I used these pink tickets, which are one of my favorite things for sure. And I think I got these at Smart and Final, I think. I got a huge roll of those, and I use those all the time. I love those. I got these gold leaves and berries at JoAnn's, and I used a bunch of these, but there's still a lot left. And I really love. Some of them I cut down and used them with this fabric trim. And made little decorations that way. And if we hadn't been allowed to use in one of the mini challenges some what's the word I'm looking for? Some metal, then there's some wire on these berries that I was going to use, and I also used the wire from these I think from the stems on this. I used that to bind the tassel up here, and then I covered it with some trim. The middle. Oh, and this was surprising. One of my favorite 15 was this gold Sharpie. This is a really nice and juicy one, and I use this a lot to outline, you know, the tickets and tags and all sorts of cool stuff. So that was actually a really fun thing to use. I used a trim set. And I almost killed it, from the girls' Paperie, which is great. I'm glad I used so much of it. And it had some other trim on it. It had 4 different kinds of trim. That, and then it had this really pretty kind of seam binding, red lacy seam binding in there. So I used that. That was... I added that as one of my 15 before I got the Michaels trim bundle, and then I realized I need more trim, so I got that. Used this Merry Christmas washi, and I love this Merry Christmas washi, but I realized I use a lot of washi, so I probably in a future challenge need to have a washi set and not just a single washi, because I use a lot of it. And then the last item, the last of my 15 was this pearl trim. So I use this pearl trim. I think I got that at JoAnn's. So that was a lot of fun. And then in the, those were my basic 15. And then you were able to get a few free items. One of the free items that I was able to get was this roll of baker's twine. I used that for my binding my books. So that was that was a free item. And then this fabric from JoAnn's. This is a Simplicity fabric. And so I was able to use that in the book. That was a free item. There are a couple other things that were free if you did the mini challenges. So anyway, those were my basic 15 and a couple of the free items. And anyway, it was a lot of fun making this. I love doing these challenges because it's just a really fun way to kind of challenge myself to think differently about the way to be more creative and use my supplies up that I have, not necessarily buy a bunch of stuff. This bedspread that I made the cover out of, I had. It was an extra one that was gifted to us. And that I didn't need. All these, it was fun to take all these different jelly roll fabrics and kind of put them together and, try my hand at slow stitching. Obviously I'm kind of a novice at it, but it was fun to play around with that. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to Christmas. starting this on December 1st. And I think it'll be a really functional December daily for me, especially since, you know, I can remove individual signatures and add, you know, add signatures as I want, you know, take them out, add my Christmas planner, that sort of stuff. So I think it'll be really, really functional for me, and I'm really looking forward to starting to use it. Now that I've made the video, I can go ahead and start writing in it. Anyway, so I hope this gave you some inspiration, some ideas on what you can do to make your own December daily, either this year or in following years, and craft on.